We've all wanted something and then looked at the path and the timeline and the work for getting it and been intimidated by that road. Seen other people go down the road and it felt like it happened so much faster for them than it is for us, or you've watched somebody else go down the road and you actually saw and experienced how long it took them and how hard it was for them, and you pictured and projected yourself going down that same road, and that self-doubt kicks in, and there's that emotional desire that we've all felt, right? That's touched all of us, of wanting something, but wanting it to happen progressively. And, even if it was going to happen incrementally, to watch that steady progress go like this, right? Up, 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 not plateau, not flatline, not dip at all. We've all had a dream, had a goal. Maybe it was lose weight. Maybe it was, earn revenue, get a job, progress through your career, build a relationship, work through a conflict, fix or heal a relationship with somebody, learn how to do a skill, play the guitar, coach a position in a sport, get a new job, transition industries, whatever it would be, whatever your thing is, and whatever you've experienced this in life, and you're going to experience this many times again. The question is, how does a disciplined person approach not just progress, but how does a disciplined person approach progress when it's going to be slow? We're all here for fast progress that we want. In fact, you don't need more coaching or more marketing or more promises for fast progress with very little work and ease of transition, and it happens this, in 6 steps. You don't need more of that. What we all need, and since you're here, what I know you need is to understand what is the emotional and mental and actionable steps. What are the emotional, mental, and actionable steps for actually attacking progress when it's going to be slow? Because when it goes slow and we can't see it and we get lost in the middle, that's when you tend to tap out, right? When it looks like it's going to be slow, you expect it to be slow, that's when you tend to stop before you ever begin. You procrastinate, you make excuses, you get distracted, you distract yourself, you do any number of things. So the first piece is to understand that more often than not, the starting point for getting better, being disciplined about making progress, is to never expect progress to happen quickly or steadily or progressively or incrementally. It is to enter into any effort. It's to start any activity, any project, any objective. Again, anything you want to attach this to. It is to enter into it with the assumption and the understanding that it's going to be sloppy early. It's going to get worse before it gets better. After it gets better, it'll probably get worse again. It's going to happen slower than you emotionally want it to. There will be people that get there quicker than you for any number of reasons. Essentially, what you're trying to do is detach mentally and emotionally from any expectation about what your timeline thinks it needs to be, about what you want it to be. And that's important because if you can do this, if you can make this disciplined decision, not because it's the only way, but because it's a useful, valuable, productive way. And if you're not getting it already, you might as well try this way if what you're doing isn't working. It's useful because if you can overcome the emotional barriers, if you can overcome the mental hurdles that have blocked you and stopped you from staying in the work, that if you just continue the work, continue the learning, continue the adjustment, Continue to put that effort in. Continue to reflect back on your behavior, make your tweaks, and go try it again, but better. Stay in that discomfort of doing that work when it's sloppy and when it's messy. What I know and what you know is eventually you will make progress. Eventually, if you stay on that path, you will get there. And that's the difference between the disciplined approach to slow progress and the undisciplined approach. The undisciplined approach to slow progress gets frustrated, angry, disappointed, even guilty for the fact that progress is not happening more quickly. And they allow that emotional frustration, they allow that internal disappointment, they allow comparing their lives to somebody else's life to be the reason they stop putting in the effort and stop putting in the work. And you know what happens when you stop putting in the effort and you stop putting in the work. You 100% do not make progress. Now, is it hard? Is it challenging to put in a lot of effort and not see the progress? Of course it is. Of course that's difficult. So give yourself a break. Give yourself relief. Give yourself empathy. Just don't stop doing the work. Don't stop putting in the effort. Because as soon as you've put in the effort, or as soon as you stop putting in the effort, as soon as you stop putting in the work, as soon as you stop trying, all progress, even as a potential, it's off the table. But if you keep doing the work and you keep putting in the effort and you keep trying, progress eventually happens, even if it's not on your timeline. And all you want to do, the only real discipline here, is to keep putting yourself in position for your effort to result in progress. Keep putting yourself in position for your attempts, your practice, your training to pay off. That's what you want to keep putting yourself in position over and over and over and over again to do. And that's not a question of capacity. That's not a question of capability. That's not a question of talent. It's a question of mindset. It's a question not of ability. It's a question of willingness. That's the difference between the disciplined person and the undisciplined person. The disciplined person understands that the speed of progress is not primary. It's making progress that's primary. And if that takes a year or 2 years or 5 years or 10 years, the disciplined person will put in the work to ensure that that progress happens. The undisciplined person will put in work for the first 3 months and then check progress. And then maybe a couple months after that and then check progress. And if the progress isn't where they want it to be and it's all messy, they'll check out. And they'll stop and they'll quit and they'll give up, or they'll sideline it for a while and go do something else because they're frustrated with whatever it is that they were working on. That's what the undisciplined person does. Be the disciplined person. If you're not willing to get messy, you're not willing to work in uncertainty, you're not willing to be in the dark, doing a lot of work, trying a lot of things, and unsure as to whether or not any of it is working, it is going to be difficult, if not impossible, for you to make progress on anything meaningful, whether it's personal, professional, relational, or just for fun. The discipline guide to slow progress is to keep putting in the work, even when you can't see the payoff. Because the second you stop putting in the work, the second you stop putting in the effort, all of the potential payoff goes away. You don't even have a shot. Take slow progress over no progress. Do the work.